Howdy guys, are you guys ready for a trip down nostalgia lane? Because I am. Genius was here, bringing you Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. This is the second season. Now, I had to reinstall this for some reason. I still have my disc, but yeah, I haven't touched this game for quite a while indeed. So, I am running a mod. I am running Genesis expansion project, which will be available in the description for modding Genesis, and it's basically a realism mod for Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. It adds a lot of new features, including a more refined tech tree, so you have to research specific tech before you can advance. There's a bunch of stuff, animal behavior and stuff like that, to increase the dynamic realism and such. It's not like an overboard, cheat mod, but it is pretty fun, I'd say, and it adds a new level of realism to Jurassic Park Operation Genesis never before seen. So this is the second season. I prefer to do a live stream, but the live stream failed mainly because my internet is very crappy. I live in Australia, so we have one of the worst internet infrastructures of any first world country, so that's not my problem, that's the government's, but hopefully that should be fixed up and repaired and improved in the next few years, which is unlikely because the current government we have is unwilling to, invest money into such an improvement. But whatever, I'm still bringing you this video, so hopefully we should have some fun anyway. So I'm going to play this like a tutorial mode, because a lot of people have never seen this game. A lot of people will never actually play this game.
That you now work for. Your job is quite simple, really. Build a park, create dinosaurs, and entertain people. Of course, we'll be keeping an eye on you as well. We'll watch your park rating and give you feedback on your performance. But in the end, the success or failure of Jurassic Park, it's all up to you.
Yeah, as John Hammond said, this is basically our goal. But as I said, a lot of people will actually never have the opportunity to play this great game, mainly because it's so old. It's been discontinued in the market for, I don't know, like at least 10 years now. It was, yeah, almost 10 years. And the only way you can gain access to it is via torrenting, which a lot of people disagree with, or buying a legit, used copy, which costs maybe even more than $100. So it's certainly a classic in terms of the dinosaur games, but it's arguable if you're willing to invest that much money into it. Anyways, the first screen you come up when you do Operation Genesis is choosing your island. So obviously the more space you have, the more you can fit dinosaurs in that, but I don't like to go full blown like that, because this just looks square and it looks bad. Doesn't even look like an island. Even if you switch to, say, the circle mode, it's still pretty lack of islandish. I prefer the square template, but if I'm choosing the square template, I'd like to lower the shape down so it's a bit more, it's got more access to waterways. I like to pump the trees out to max. Pumping rivers out to max is a bit of a good thing, in that it allows most of your enclosures to have water access, which reduces the need for terraforming. But if you sometimes push it to the max, it might look a bit clunky and stuff like that. Mountains, definitely you don't want too many of them, because they actually take up space and you can't really do much with them. But it's good to have a bit of mountains to add to the realistic nature of such. As I said, square islands have much more room in terms of area. I might push this shape up just a bit. This looks like a nice island. Let's keep going. It's all random. It's like some sort of engine that dictates it. This is alright, but I kind of like the mountains spread out a bit. This is fine. Let's start this. Alright, so here we are in game. Now, it'll take a while for the ambient music to kick in, which it will be alright.
I thought you might like some input here.
But yeah, the first thing you should do is your function keys. Basically, F2 will open up research, F3 fossil hunt, F4 genetic labs, and F5 fossil market. So that's in the order of what you should address. So F2 research first. I am going to get the super extractor. That'll cost 8k, and it will basically give me better extraction for dinosaur DNA through fossils, which I'll explain later. F3 will open up your fossil hunt, and I start with Hell Creek Formation B. So you get a random formation each time, and you'll start off with one available team. You can purchase more, but you have to open your park up first, and subsequently you need to increase your rating. So it's basically a capitalist type of game mode where the more you expand, the more access to features you have. So these are all good content. Now, content is basically, there's different types of content. Below good will be average, and below average will be poor, and above good will be excellent, and stuff like that. But the content basically dictates what kind of fossils you'll get and how much DNA they'll yield. So generally speaking, good content will usually have good DNA yields and have impressive dinosaurs. So you know, you can have T-Rex and stuff. Not saying that you can get T-Rex in Hell Formation B, but you can get pretty good dinosaurs, because each fossil site has different dinosaur categories. So you have the less impressive ones, so the herbivores tend to be the small carnivores, etc. And then you have the more impressive ones, which will be larger herbivores, larger carnivores, etc. So yeah, these sites, the sites also is pretty important. So as you can see, this mountain has access to 4 teams, and while these two have 2 teams. So if I put 2 teams here and 4 teams here, then these will produce at the same rate. So logically dictating, if I put a team here, then it will be faster than me putting a team there. If you guys get it, it's basically general maths and logic. So yeah, it's basically how many teams you have. Then the game engine usually compensates this by making it random in terms of content and stuff like that. But yeah, you get what you come for. So Hell Creek Formation B. Let's check out Dinosaur Summary. So these are the 3 dinosaurs I have access to. So they're all herbivores, but Triceratops is generally the more impressive of them. And the Pachycephalosaurus is, I think, the second more impressive. I don't know. And Montosaurus has a bigger lifespan, so it really depends. But I have 55% DNA on both of these two, so I'm going to be producing them first. And you need over 50% DNA before you can produce a dinosaur. And the more DNA you implement into dinosaurs, then the longer lifespan they'll have, so it will increase your longevity. So yeah, so that's fossil hunt. F4 opens up your genetics lab, which is used to extract dinosaur DNA from amber and fossils, which I don't have any as of yet. F7 is fossil market, where you can purchase fossils and amber. So you're basically throwing money at the problem. That's kind of what the tab is for. So tab opens up your mini map, and find a corner to start off with. I like to start off with in a corner first, and I like to expand that way. So this is a nice place for exhibit here, and I can, I can certainly start a park right here in this corner. So I'm going to produce this park entrance. Now a lot of people have been asking me, how do I get the park entrance model to be so beautiful?
Message from Dr. Wu.
Basically, it's, you put in your CD key, you put in your CD in your CD drive, or mount it if you torrented it, and just put it in, and it'll basically open up a setup exe, and it'll basically run a config, and in that config it will say buildings model quality, something like that. It will say medium. Just change it to high, and you'll get improved building models. Now when I make a park, I always follow a kind of a rigid design. I like to have a 4x4 first for my first square. As you can see, I've got save 1 on each side for the pathway to continue down. I've got 4 right now here, and I like to expand 4 down as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that's good enough. So now I have space in the middle for amenities. Now I like to put 2 restrooms first off the bat. When you click on it, you can charge per use. I don't usually charge. That's just cruel. Who does that?
Message from the park administrator.
Kiosk, I'll place 1.
How are you today?
And this is how much it takes to produce it. So I like to just put a dino dog. You can put anything you want as long as you're making a profit. And I assume side orders are free to produce. So I'm gonna put it at 15 bucks for this meal. So I'm making a $5 profit, which is alright. Alright, cash machine upgrade, whatever. Yep, I already know that. So let's do our first exhibit, shall we? So Dinosaur Summary, I'm going to do the Pachycephalosaurus first, because I want to save the Edmontosaurus exhibit for something huge. So I got the low security fence, which is fitting, because Pachycephalosaurus are low security. Now I'm just saying I should have an extra square. Yep, that should be fine. So I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to expand it all the way here. You don't need to go up like this. This is just a waste of money, seriously, because they cannot expand beyond here. So keep that in mind. That's how you save money. But you got to do it all the way, or else, yeah, they can have loopholes. So I'm going to expand all the way up here. So it's always good to check the minimap to see this is your, because you can't really zoom that far and you can't really see the big picture. So tab helps a lot, or your map thing. So more Pachycephalosaurus, we're going to extract that, and since we have the fast extraction, I think, super extractor, that's coming up, so that should increase our extraction. Once that's done, which I'm just going to wait for it, I'm just going to camp here and wait for it. Shouldn't take that long. I'm going to get the souvenir stand straight away. Alright. So souvenir stand, I'm going to save this space for the souvenir stand, as you can see. Alright, so let's start getting our dinosaurs up so we can open up our park straight away. So you always need a hatchery up first. I like to put a hatchery per enclosure. You can put it, you know, in the extremes, but I like to put it a bit close. I wanna, yeah. Actually, I might terraform this a bit, because when you place buildings, it terraforms it anyway. So I'm gonna give a bit more space. I can plop down this hatchery like so. Alright, let's get 4 Pachycephalosauruses. And we will get an attraction. Let's get the viewing vent first. I'm going to put it right here. Now I'm going to open up my... Oh, you can't do it. You need to wait for the dinosaurs to finish. But there's 3 demographics of people. Actually 4, but one of them is just normal. So you have the thrill seekers, which love carnivores. I like to call them the herbivore lovers, or the, you know, the animal, what do you call it, advocates. And then you have the naturalists or environmentalists. So when you name an exhibit, it will have different, what do you call it? Different. I can't really explain it right now, but it will appeal to different people. So if you call it a thrill window, then it's assumed that you put carnivores in there, you'll have blood, etc. It's for the thrill seekers. If you put it as playpen, as you can see, the appeal rating goes up compared to thrill window. So I'm going to put it on playpen, which is the herbivores like it. You can also put on wonder window. So I might put 2. I'll put 1 on playpen, and I'll put another one down here on wonder window. Actually, let's see, we'll put that on playpen, we'll put this on wonder window, because it's 14%, so that's a bit more better. So I'm going to open up my thing, I'm going to raise it down so I can get, I'll just put it at 400 bucks.
Ladies and gentlemen,
right, so it will announce Jurassic Park, and we finally have our first dinosaur. It is the Pachycephalosaurus. Pachycephalosaurus, I think it means hard-headed dinosaur, or hard-headed, hard-skulled, something like that, but yeah. I'm going to put a herbivore feeder. Might as well put it there. And always put it on paleo bale, even though it costs more, but always put it on paleo bale. And put it on auto, because you will not have time to micromanage that. Paleo bale is has all the proper nutrition that the dinosaurs need. you can see, they're gonna fight. They're gonna have territorial dominance. One's gonna win. It doesn't really affect much, as you can see. This is now the leader of the herd. It's got the crown on it, so yeah, it's self-explanatory. So Pachycephalosaurus genome is now 60%. Nice. You can now build the herbivore feeder, which I just did. We found an amber, so I'm gonna extract the amber. You can just sell it, but I'm gonna extract it. Mainly because its quality is high and I have no dinosaurs at 100%, so...
What are your instructions?
Ooh, let's throw money at the problem. We got a fossil market here. Triceratops. Wouldn't man getting some trikes up. Let's get low. Well, they're all low, so... Yeah, let's purchase 2.
Nice choice.
Because they are low, so they don't cost that much. And we'll extract all of them. Right. So
Great to see you again.
Pachycephalosaurus 83%, so it's gonna last 8 years. So so 5 visitors. You usually get 5 visitors first off the bat, no matter what price you put it. So I'm gonna lower down the price now because it's gonna take a long time off to come. So I'm gonna put 250. 300 should be enough. So crowding's not really important, no. Not yet. And cleaner station, that's what we need. I'm gonna put it right here. You gotta be very efficient with space, to be honest. I got 1 cleaner, that should be enough. Cost more 300, yeah. 1 cleaner should be enough. And it's also wise to put trash cans wherever possible. I like to put it in every corner. But you don't spam them, obviously. And it's also good to put, what is it? Benches.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Right. Triceratops genome is now 29%, nice, so no need to produce it yet. So this is my Pachycephalosaurus enclosure. The other Pachycephalosaurus in the game is Hermalocephalae, and I will put this in due course. So I'm saving this up for the souvenir stand, which is about halfway done, so that's alright. So yeah, quite fun already. Sweet. I'm gonna populate the environment. Some paleo trees. Adds a bit more realism, but remember it costs a lot, so don't spam it. But it does increase the what do you call it?
Thanks for stopping by.
The appeal of the Wonder Window. So environmentalists will love, you know, very realistically looking exhibits. So yeah, that's nice. So let's expand. I don't want to do Edmontosaurus, as I said, because I want to make a giant herbivore exhibit featuring all the late Cretaceous herbivores. That includes Edmontosaurus, Ouranosaurus, Parasaurolophus, Coryphosaurus, those sorts of carnivores. So yeah, fossil hunt. I want to buy a team, thank you. So this will increase my yield. I'm going to put 1 here, and yeah. So I want to try to get the Triceratops up quick. I will build an exhibit. Where should I build an exhibit? Somewhere here? Would be nice. Yeah, to the south would be a bit... would be good. And Triceratops, if you look at the Dinopedia, Triceratops are actually... Dinopedia is pretty helpful. They're actually a medium security requirement, so it's not like you can't put them in low security, but it helps to put them in medium security fence, which I don't have access to because I need to research it. Not yet, but
Welcome back.
Message from Dr. Grant.
right, I'm not getting much of an income. Let's check our finance, which should be reports, and should be finance summary. So my profit's 94. So let's see our expenses. Construction is unimportant because it's a one-off thing. Upkeep is $0, so that's alright. But emission, so I'm getting an income. I'm getting income. These are just one-off. Like if you purchase dinosaurs, if you research, those are just one-off things. But there's no long-standing thing. Alright, we got an amber, which I'm going to extract again. It's low quality, so maybe it's probably Pachycephalosaurus. Alright, so she's hungry, so she's going to go in and buy some food. We'll make a $5 income, which is not much.
Message from the park warden's office.
Alright. Alright, let's build a ranger station. Engine board is concerned that you have not built a ranger station. Yes, well, that's perfect timing, isn't it? Alright, let's get a ranger station. Get it like that. And it helps to adjust as well. So as you can see, I'm in this corner, so it helps with my helicopter is flying this way. And now, I know that's a very picky thing, but it actually saves a lot of time, especially when you're having a breakout of sorts. Alright, and Montosaurus, your genome is 83%. Okay, I really need Triceratops though. So I am going to buy Triceratops. As you can see, my money's going down, so not ideal. 29%, that's fine. This should jump it down to 35%, around that. I'm actually going to raise the prices to $20. Get a bit more income. Long time off. Alright, let's keep it at 320. Not happy.
Thanks for stopping by.
Who is not happy?
Message from Dr. Wu.
Tim. And you can check their passport as well. He's a fun lover, so he loves herbivores. He's got 100. Price is very expensive. Alright, that's good. Price is very expensive. Yeah, that's... see. Yeah, let's lower down $15 then. 34%. Okay. Kind of need a lot more, but it's kind of like a waiting game. Yeah, this is pretty fun game. And it's funny how these electric fences don't zap stuff.
Why not purchase some official Jurassic Park souvenirs
Alright.
to really make them jealous? Available from your nearest souvenir stand.
Vaccines is unimportant. I usually do that when...
Great.
I usually do that when I'm actually have a disease outbreak. Usually just speed that up. But I'm going to get the cash machine, which will give more money to these people, and they'll...
Message from Dr. Graham.
I'm sure there must be dinosaurs somewhere. But yeah, it'll increase the spending. So yeah, that's good. Nothing, so... yeah, that's also common. Sometimes I find nothing, which is weird. As you can see, this is average yield now. So I'm going to finish this off, and then I'm going to switch to the more good ones. Pachycephalosaurus, I think they're going to fight for territory again. This one's currently the herd leader, but let's see if it keeps its position. They fight, and I think he loses his position. That was definitely a win. It'll take some time to register though. Some more Pachycephalosaurus remains. We're at 83%, so we can extract this. If we were at 96%, I would not extract this. I would sell it because it's not worth it. It's medium, so it would give around 10 to 20% DNA. So yeah, gotta be wise on what you extract or not. It's all about saving money, especially with the Genesis expansion project. It
Message
people are
from the
leaving.
administrator.
Some are leaving. Getting 10. Still 10 though.
I'd like your thoughts on this.
Yeah. Pachycephalosaurus 92%. That's fine. So I did get a bit of an income. It's my cleaner station. Some people are pretty unhappy. I can't find a decent meal. Yes, you can. Just gotta look. That was great. Alright, so some people love it. But yeah, we need to start getting some carnivals in, and it's pretty unlucky that I got Hell's Creek Formation B, which has no carnivores. But one of our visitors just left complaining about prices in the park. Okay.
Thanks for stopping by.
Ladies
Well, I'll
and
pull it
gentlemen,
down to sandwiches
should you
then.
find yourself short of cash, cash machines are now located at the park entrance.
Alright, now cash machines are open. Let's get weather guard. Actually, let's check the weather. Alright, the heat wave's coming up and there's rain coming up, so it's worthwhile if we
Welcome back.
research the weather guard. I really want to get my trikes up. Alright, so it's a heat wave now, so this will do many things. It would also increase your visitors' need for kiosk. It will increase your dinosaurs' need for water, and it will make them a bit more frustrated, so keep that in mind. But generally speaking, heat waves aren't that big of a deal. So yeah, we should be fine. We got one attraction, but we need to start getting carnivals up, which is hard because I need to unlock another side. Actually, I'm going to invest in buying another team. It's going to kill us 5k, but doesn't hurt. Alright, we got mediocre now. So I'm going to put one here. So this will speed this up. It's mediocre, we don't want mediocre. We want good. So this is quite a nice exhibit, I must say. You got 4 Pachycephalosauruses that are now
Message from
sleeping.
Dr. Grant.
Alright, we got some more
Hey,
remains. These are low, so we can extract these. If it's high or medium, I'll sell them. Why are these guys unhappy? Let me get out of here.
Welcome.
Right. These might be a bit expensive as well, but I'll leave them at $10. They're default prices.
How are you today?
Shortly.
Message from the
progress.
park administrator.
Let's pump up 400 bucks.
What would you like to do here?
Alright, once you start off the park, your visitors will be frustrated. They'll be angry of sorts, they'll be dissatisfied, but trust me, once you start getting at least 3-4 dinosaurs species up, that's when you kind of break out and your park becomes great. It's okay so far. That's alright.
Good to see you again.
But lower down the prices, more people will come. Still at 300. Heatwave is frustrating visitors as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't get left out of the rain. Official Jurassic Park Gale Force umbrellas are now available at the park entrance.
Alright, fountain. Cruise environment attractions. Growth booster. Don't really need that. Balloon tour is pretty useless at this point in time, so I'm going to get the fountain. I'm just going to research all the amenities. I can make the track exhibit here as
Message
well.
from Dr. Grant.
Okay, and Montosaurus remains. Wow. Let's extract that for sure. How are we going? How are we going? Average now is still good. Gonna get one team off, put them in there, speed that up a bit. 37.3 degrees Celsius. That, from an Australian who actually uses the Celsius scale, that is very hot indeed. That's standard summer over here.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Alright, 96% Edmontosaurus, that's fine. Okay, more dissatisfaction. Let's get our souvenir stand up. Alright, JP Fun Bag, let's get the JP Dino Toy.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Raptor button, Dino Snowball. Slow it down. Pay 12 bucks for it. 14 bucks, that's fine. I would pay 14 bucks for a Jurassic Park show bag. Come on, this is like once in a lifetime opportunity to go Jurassic Park.
What should we
Alright, and as you can see, this is a high yield, so it would boost my DNA up to like 20-30%. So I only need a low yield, so I'm going to sell this. And I'm running pretty low on money as well, so helps.
Hi.
Shortly, okay.
Great to see you again.
Kind of waiting game now. Waiting for the fossil market to replenish as well. And you can also make gambles on amber. Like, I kind of need Triceratops to increase its DNA output. Amber could solve that, but also could, you know, produce
Message from
Pachycephalosaurus.
Dr.
Ooh, speaking of the devil. Okay, so it looks like it's only a low quality, but I'm going to...
Certainly.
Okay, I can only afford one, that's fine. I'm kind of on the low for money as well.
Things are good.
Extracting that, so it should go down to 40%. So I'm going to need at least one more before I can finally produce it. Alright, here comes some rain. Luckily we have our umbrellas. Do we? Yeah, we do have umbrellas. It's only the recent ones that have the umbrellas. Alright, Triceratops is at 40%. Correctly guessed that. So fine.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Ooh. Yes. All right. Hopefully this should bring it up to 50%. Yeah, this is medium quality. All right. So about 4K. Fine. We're getting it. We're getting a profit, which is nice. One time off. Okay. I wouldn't serve fries with sideways. And also the food also appealed to demographics. So we got paleo salad, which obviously appeals to environmentalist fun fries, Philly chili for the thrill seekers. So it's good to mix it up. Sandwiches appeal to
Message from Dr. Grant.
sandwiches. Yeah, Rex burgers appeal to the thrill seekers. Dino dogs, not sure. Sandwiches, not sure. So I'll put Philly chili to appeal for the thrill seekers. Yes, we can now breed dinosaur Triceratops. So we'll sell that. So yeah, next episode we will produce our Triceratops. Can't wait. So catch you guys until